Today, we're talking about something that's becoming a bigger and bigger part of our daily lives: smart e-bikes and scooters. Our goal here is pretty simple. It's just to help you stay aware, stay calm, and stay safe with the tech you use every day. And look, there's no doubt that the features on these smart bikes are just incredibly handy. I mean, things like GPS tracking so you can find your ride, or remote locking for security, and getting those little trip summaries. They're genuinely useful, right? It's a big part of why we love using them.
But, it's always a good idea to just pause for a second and ask a simple question. While we're out there enjoying the ride, what is the app that controls it actually doing in the background?
Okay, so let's dive into that a little bit. We're going to take a look at the kinds of information these apps can quietly collect, often without us really even realizing that it's happening.
So first up, there's the constant location tracking, which can sometimes happen even when you don't have the app open. Then you've got these unnecessary app permissions. It's worth asking, right? Why would a scooter app need access to your camera or your contacts list? Some apps also upload your route data, your daily commute, where you stop, to their cloud servers. And finally, a lot of them have tools that share details about your phone and how you use it with advertisers.
So you might be wondering, does any of this have a real impact? Well, let's shift gears and look at an example from the source material to see why this data collection really does matter in the real world.
In one case that was documented, a smart e-bike company was actually found to be sending its users real-time GPS data to servers located overseas. Now, the big issue here wasn't just that they were collecting the data, it was the lack of transparency. Users weren't clearly told this was happening, and there was no simple way for them to just turn it off.
Okay, this isn't about making you feel worried. It's really about empowerment. The good news is that you absolutely can take control, and it just takes a few simple, practical steps.
Let's just walk through these, nice and slow. First, review your app permissions. Just go into your phone's settings and remove access to anything that doesn't feel right, like the camera or your contacts. Second, take a minute to check the privacy policy. If the language seems really vague or confusing, that's a good reason to be a little cautious. Third, try to get into the habit of switching off your phone's GPS and Bluetooth when you're done with your ride. It's such a simple way to prevent that passive tracking. Fourth, some apps actually have an offline mode. If yours does, that's a great feature to use to limit how much data it shares. And finally, you could even consider a tracker blocker app, which can give you a heads up if another app is sending out data in the background.
All of this advice, it all comes down to one core safety principle that you can use for pretty much any digital interaction. And it's this: always stop, think, and verify. Taking that extra moment for yourself is probably the most important step you can take.
So let's bring all this together with one final thought, something that really captures a main idea of riding a little bit smarter in this connected world we live in.
This quote from the source material just says it all, perfectly. Your ride should follow your route, not record your life. The smart features should be there to serve you, not to track you without your knowledge.
The goal here is not to fear technology, but just to stay informed and cautious. Awareness is protection. If you stay alert, you stay safe. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay aware, and maybe share this information with your family.